Welcome back, everybody. Hope you're doing great today. We're gonna go mow some hay this afternoon, but first, we gotta fix a flat tire on my service truck. We're gonna get this bad boy aired up, take it into town, see if Co-op can put a patch in it or not. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Alrighty, let's get the old 8430 fired up here and get it topped off with fuel, and I might do a little extra cleaning on this. I cleaned it out the other day and kind of want to scrub that down. I don't have my monitor in here anymore. Dad took it for the combine, so I probably ought to take my GPS globe off as well. Once we get that all squared off, pretty well should be about ready to go to the field. We're all filled up, tractor's topped off, good oil, everything's ready to rock and roll. We are gonna go get started mowing around the waterways of our 2 wheat fields we've got, because the wheat's almost ready to harvest and we do not like having to get grass all up in the combine. So I'm gonna go get it mowed off first, and even if it does rain on it, I ain't gonna be too worried about it. But with that being said, we still got to be cautious, make sure we don't get into the wheat field, and everything will be smooth sailing. I plan on putting the hammer down the next couple of days so I can try to make up for lost time. Usually, by this point of the year, I've done a pretty nice little amount of hay. So, we're going to get wheeled into the field, get started. I forgot to do my wheel stop, so let's hop out and do that real quick. That's kind of important to do those before we get started. Wheat looks pretty good. Still not quite ready, but I do see some heads finally starting to turn down a little. The straw is finally like a golden yellow now, and I think it'll be ready here in another week or so. You know, it may be a little bit of an overcast going on today, and it's raining down south, I can tell. But, you know, the sun's starting to come out and the wind's really picked up. So this is gonna be some pretty good drying conditions, I feel like. I'm getting pretty close to done with this back piece. And once I do that, I will mow my opening swath, or my back swath, I guess. And then we'll work our way back out towards the front. Once we get back out towards the front, I've got to go along that north edge of the field, and then we'll have this wheat field pretty well taken care of, and we can move on to the next. The wind is really starting to blow though, so this might dry out really good. And it's kind of humid. Well, if this ain't the story of my life, finally just got lined out and running good, and it just decided to start raining. They pretty well took that chance out, and I don't have enough phone service to really look at my radar to see what it's going to do, but it's definitely a good sprinkle coming down. Well, that lasted a couple of minutes, but the sun's back out now and the wind's back to blowing just fine, so I think I'm just going to keep on going. I'm mowing out my back swath at the moment, and once we get this done, we'll work our way back out towards the front and go start on the other side. Now, you guys can hate on me all you want for the fact that I'm mowing hay with a 400 horsepower tractor. And before y'all come after me for that, this 8430's turned up. So it doesn't make factory power. But, you know, I use the 4755 to bale hay with, since the new 8R is tied up on the grain cart. And the 4440 sits on the hay rake. So, you know, my options are, well, I could bale hay with the 8430, but the 47 doesn't have front duals on it, so it turns a lot easier when I'm baling hay. And it has a loader on it, so if I really need to every now and then, I can push a bale with that tractor. This does not have a loader. However, with that being said, this tractor is really nice for mowing hay because it's got that independent front suspension under it. So I can coast over these fields a lot faster, and I can get a lot more mowed quicker than I can with that 4755. You know, yes, this tractor is just a little bit overkill for a 13-foot mower. But, you know, that's kind of what I'm working with. So, you know, beggars can't be choosers. And if we had like a 6 or 7R newer Deere, I'd definitely mow hay with it. But we can't afford one of those. And those don't make us money custom farming. The big tractors do. These beans sure are starting to progress along pretty good. I gotta mow out these waterways between them because it also cuts up through the wheat field. And not gonna lie to you guys, these waterways are a little rough. They used to not be too bad, but here lately, I don't know if it's because we've been doing all this no-till and it's pushing more water towards this whenever we get a lot of rain, instead of just washing out through the field. I'm not sure, but it's a lot rougher than it used to be. You guys sure can tell pretty easily that the cattle were grazing on this bean field, or where we put the beans, I guess. It was in rye, but the cattle grazed that over the winter. They did not graze this wheat field. And you can tell a significant difference between the two fields. Part of that also is that the runoff from the wheat field probably soaked up some fertilizer in this waterway back up there, so that definitely helped some. But this is a huge difference right here. Now, the really nice part about this tractor mowing hay is when I'm going through the field, I can definitely see a lot more, and I don't have to turn my shoulder back as much. But that's just because my seat moves a lot more than the 47 does. And on top of that, my hydraulic remotes are a lot easier to work. If I want to go swing my mower a little bit, I ain't got to reach all the way over to the side panel. I can just flick my little lever right here. And then whenever I want to let it down, like I'm getting ready to, I can just flick it. And then whenever I get down to the end of that, flick it again. It's a lot easier. Alright, we got another waterway knocked out. We've got one more to go here on this south side, and then we can move up to the north side. Well, we got this piece done, clipped off and ready to rock and roll. However, the weatherman wanted to lie to us, and there's a pretty good chance of rain coming in tonight now. So much for my good weather to mow hay. I'm gonna quit at this though. I want to see what it does, and if it don't do anything tonight, well, I'll probably go back to mowing more tomorrow, I suppose. But if it does rain tonight, I'd rather have this just on the ground and only have to ted this, rather than have to go all the way down to that next field and ted it also. That down there at the next field is a lot heavier than the piece I'm on right now. So, we're gonna see what the weather does tonight and get back at it tomorrow. But that's gonna do it for today. I hope you all enjoyed. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you're on YouTube. If you're on TikTok or Facebook, feel free to hit that follow button and share the video with your friends. Leave me a comment down below what you thought of today's video. That's gonna do it for today though. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.